Hello folks and welcome to Paddock Pass, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix edition, which means it is the final weekend of the 2015 season, and what a season it's been. It has been huge fun. Unfortunately, no championship to be decided this weekend as it was last year in 2014. Lewis Hamilton wrapped that one up a couple of races ago to be a three-time Formula One world champion. Nico Rosberg, his teammate, took second in the championship last time out in Brazil, taking his second win on the bounce. Lewis, though, not massively bothered, I wouldn't have thought, about losing those two victories. He has been enjoying himself stateside. Went to the final race of the NASCAR season to support his good friend Jeff Gordon, and while we're at it, there are very few racing drivers in any disciplines who come to represent sort of their sport or are so defined by a number. You know, Valentino Rossi, 46. Jeff Gordon, 24. Will always be. You know, no matter what motorsport you love, you grew up kind of loving Jeff Gordon. A phenomenal racing driver, an amazing career. I think everybody in this paddock shares those sentiments. Just a guy who transcends his sport and his discipline. Happy retirement, Jeff, from all of us. Anyway, here is Lewis Hamilton, his good mate, who went over to see him in that last race. So we started by talking about that race over in the States in NASCAR, and whether Lewis at one point in his career would actually like to go and race in NASCAR. Tell me about NASCAR. How was it over in Miami?
Very cool. Very cool. Car sounded great. Felt like I was at a real racing event.
We know you've driven one before. Is it something you'd like to do later in your career?
I definitely do. I mean, it was a long race, man. It was 267 laps. I wasn't sure I wanted to do 267 laps with just two corners. That might have driven me crazy as a driver, but I was watching online some of the street circuit races they do, and they look great. So, I mean, maybe at some time. Honestly, I wish I could do. Jesus, back in the day, they used to do a driver would do more than one series. I wish that next year I'd love if I could partway through the year just hop over and do a NASCAR race and then come back. I wish I could do something like that, but who knows?
I think August break there's a couple of races on road courses because Romain's going to go over maybe and do one with Haas. And Daniel's been invited to go over and do one. Get the three of you.
I shouldn't go then.
Let's talk about this weekend, though, man. 44th win, potentially. It's the 44th anniversary over here for Abu Dhabi. Car 44. Are the stars aligning for you this weekend?
Yeah, I've got the 44 on the side here, and it is my 44th win I'm trying to go for. It's the 44th UAE National Day coming up, so... I have actually done a partnership with UAE to try and kind of bring attention to that and wanted to celebrate with them. Because 44, I'm the world champion now, and as I said, I'm going for that 44th win. So it's great. You know, every time I come here, it's like a vacation. The weather's always fantastic. Family, friends, everyone loves coming here, and it's such a beautiful place to come. So for us to be here to celebrate their 44th year, I think is really cool.
After Brazil, so much has been made about strategy. Nico's second in the championship. You're champion. Teams are champions. Are we going to see the gloves off this weekend?
Well, the gloves have been off. Just explaining, there's all this talk and commotion and speculation, all these kind of things. The car has changed from Singapore onwards. So, and I've not been comfortable since then in the car. But, to look at it and think that he's had 5 poles, but I won 3 of them. Pretty happy with it still. But I'm here this weekend. I still want to get that 44th. I still want to get that 50th pole, and I'm working on that. The last 3 races I've been attacking like crazy. It's just felt a little bit limited and restricted in the car. So I'm hoping this weekend I might try something different with the balance if I can. Try and see if I can take it somewhere else and exploit it in a different way.
Romain Grosjean, in the midst of an interview and in the midst of setup. Lotus's kit has now arrived, but for another weekend it has arrived late, meaning the boys have got a massive job on their hands to even build the garage. It's a pretty huge job for the Lotus boys. What's been the end of a very difficult year for them financially, competitively, always starting a weekend with one hand tied behind their backs. But Romain incredibly pulled out a podium for them earlier this year. And he's going to miss this team. It seems incredible to think about it, but Romain Grosjean has been a part of the Enstone family, be it Renault, Lotus, whatever it's been called, for 10 years. He is moving to pastures new in 2016 with the Haas F1 team. But he's been here an awfully long time, and as we caught up with him earlier today, he knows it's going to be an emotional farewell at the end of his Abu Dhabi weekend. 10 years ago, and you walked into Enstone for the first time, you were a boy, and you're now a man, you're a husband, you're a father. and you're a very much more complete racing driver. How different do you feel now than when you first went to Enstone?
10 years older, wiser, better in every aspect. It's been a great journey. It's been a great experience getting to Enstone the first time. I didn't speak a word of English. Get there, then drive the first Formula One car of my career. Be on the first podium, led a race, podium again this year. A lot of experience. It's been a beautiful time. It became a family years after years, and it's gonna be hard to leave. But they won't be too far on the paddock, and the new adventure is very exciting as well. So right now I'm happy that I'm gonna drive the car. Sunday night it's gonna be hard to leave the car, but then its new adventure begins, the American adventure, and I'm really looking forward to that one.
It is an adventure, isn't it? How confident are you of things working out? How much have you been in contact with the team over the last few weeks, and how happy with progress are you?
Well, pretty happy with everything going on. Pretty happy with the way we are building the team and everything going on. I think we are on target for everything. Definitely even in December, gonna discover a little bit more about the car. Finally, gonna get to see it in a real wind tunnel. And it will start very early. I felt yesterday we were in Australia, today we're in Abu Dhabi, tomorrow we're going to be in Australia again.
How nervous are you about the first day of testing? How much are you going to be thinking about that over the next few months? Will you be able to relax, or is everything riding on that first day of testing?
I think Gene Haas and Günther Steiner is going to be much more stressed than I am. I told them that after 5 laps, normally we know if it's a good car but a bad car. So they're going to be jumping in a pit for waiting for my answer. But it's a new adventure. There's a lot of work to do. But I believe in the project. That's what I'm happy and proud to be part of it, and I'm sure we're going to do well.
Romain Grosjean then, looking forward to life with Haas. And of course he will be worried about what happens to the team, although we are expecting at some point this weekend for there to be an announcement that Renault has taken over the team. We understand that Renault engineers have been working at Enstone for the past few weeks, months, but just can't officially announce it yet. So let's move from one guy starting things anew next year to really the sensation of this year, Max Verstappen, who made his debut age 17 and caused a lot of hysteria at the FIA. Oh, he's too young. We'll have to change the regulations to stop that from happening. Why? He's been outstanding. So we had a little bit of a catch-up with Max to talk through his first year and just how fast it's all gone by. Lewis Hamilton said in Brazil it was impossible to overtake. You proved otherwise. How enjoyable was that race for you?
Yeah, even though I explained that it's a bit more difficult to overtake the car of the same team. So, I was very happy with my moves, that's for sure. It was not so easy, but definitely I enjoyed it a lot.
Talk us through your season then. Has it gone faster than you expected?
Yeah, very fast. You're just traveling all the time, you're racing all the time, so you really forget already from the beginning of the season. And when you come here already to the last race of the season, definitely went very fast.
What's been the biggest challenge for you, do you think? Has it been the travelling? Has it been the training?
Biggest challenge, I think just to be fast on track. But you have to believe in yourself, and you build it up race by race, I think.
How are things looking for next year? Are you any closer to knowing whether this team is going to be on the grid? Is that a worry for you?
Well, I think the team will be on the grid. It's just we have to decide which engine.
It's that simple?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good news. That's more positive than it's been for the last few weeks, certainly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
When you look back on this year, 2 4th places, could you ever have imagined that it would be such a successful season?
No, I would be very happy if I maybe finished 8th or 9th, but to finish 4th for sure. Definitely the first weekend we had a bit more luck, but still, you have to be there to take that chance, and we did. So definitely very happy with that one, and couldn't imagine it in my first season, that's for sure.